Hi, and welcome to How Miss Sig would love to display student work in her own classroom. Displaying student work is an extremely important aspect of a classroom because it gives a purpose to students' assignments, and it also gives a way of publishing student work. So it's not just a grade, oh, take it home. It gives a sense of pride to our students that I accomplished something really good and I want to share it. I want to display it. And as a teacher, you need to be able to have different ways of sharing and displaying student work. So this idea is actually one that my cooperating teacher gave me, and it actually is so useful when I've used it in my student teaching placement in the first grade. So this is, I hung little clear binder covers that have where you can stick papers on the inside. So I would just pin those to our bulletin board, and then students are able to slip in their own student work as they finish it. And one, it doesn't force me to go over and staple it every time to a bulletin board, so it doesn't have the staple holes when I'm ripping it off the board. And it also creates a way that students are able to display what they want to display. So this student decided that after the first day they wanted to display They're All About Me. So they were able to just go slip in their student work, and every student had their own clear sheet. And when they wanted to display something else, they would go take out the old one and were able to take that home, and then were able to go put in their new student work. So it gave the students a sense of, I'm going to do it myself, and I know what I'm proud of and what I worked hard on, and I really want to display this, as well as it was an easy fix to the whole Miss Sig has to staple it every time to the board. So I love the idea of using these clear binder covers as a way of displaying student work. This idea I actually did not implement. I found this on the internet, but I would love to implement it into my future classroom. But it is similar to the idea of the binder slip, but it uses a clipboard. So every student would have a clipboard, and it says World's Best Work. So as you can see, different students are displaying different items on this in this picture. And students are able to pick and choose what they want to display and what they feel they really excelled in and that they worked hard in and they want to display for everyone else to see. It's another way of staying away from the stapling it to the bulletin board or getting the push pins out. They're able to just walk over and clip it to their bulletin board, clip it to their clipboard to display their student work. So I love that idea of everyone having their own, and also the sense of the students get to decide what they want to display. Here's a bulletin board that I was able to do in my student teaching placement with first grade. It was around St. Patrick's Day, so of course we used the rainbows, and I was able to find the green decorative border. This one is actually all about similes, so students had to go through each color of the rainbow and write red as apples, yellow as bananas, to start the sense of a simile in a first grader's mind. And each one was so unique that I wanted to really display it, and it also helped them get a sense of the different holidays. So we were about a week ahead before St. Patrick's Day when we did these, but as they saw them throughout the week, they were ready for the St. Patrick's Day celebration, and kind of gave them a sense of time and month and something to look forward to, which is always good in a first grade classroom. This next bulletin board is actually not one of my own, but it is something that I love. So at the top it says a class to tweet about. So, and then the students would hang their own student work as well, so the students are picking what they want to display. But I like this because it brings in and connects to the students' lives. So Twitter is a big social media thing that students love to use. So even working in a high school, I could use this bulletin board as a way to connect to students' lives. So do you want to tweet about something? Put your work up there. And that's their way of tweeting and displaying their work. Instead of tweeting and displaying their thoughts on a social media, they're able to tweet and display their own pride and joy in their assignments in which they would like to display. But the whole aspect of connecting it to their lives and something that's relevant to them, such as Twitter, is a good way to connect to students of an older age. This is a piece of work that one of my first graders wrote. We were working on opinion writing, and it was hot dogs versus hamburgers. So the next slide will show you what I did with this, but this is one of my students really enjoyed this. So he wrote a paragraph of opinion of why hot dogs are better than hamburgers. And then we actually, on the right here, did a sharing circle. So this is another way of displaying student work. The student in the author's chair is reading aloud their piece, while all of the other students, as you can see, are interested in listening to the student. So this one is very helpful for the students who are reading their pieces because it gives them a chance to read aloud their writings, which is something that helps with proofreading as well, but it also gives them the pride and joy of a purpose of why did I write this? Well, I want to share my thoughts. That's the whole point of writing, is sharing your thoughts on paper. So reading your writings is sharing your thoughts. It also gives all of the students listening different ideas and different hints and tips of writing, and hearing different students' writings will also give them and help them improve their own writing. So we do author's chair once a week in the first grade classroom. To the left there is a student who was very, very excited after he finished his day and night flip book in science. And the student was very focused and finished his assignment early. So he was given the opportunity to share his work with some support teachers and classroom aides around the first grade hallway. So I just snapped a picture of him because he was able to really focus, which is something he struggles with, get his work done, and then he was allowed to display and publish his work by sharing it with the staff around the hallway in a correct manner. There's different ways of displaying student work, whether it's hanging it on the wall, an author's chair, or even giving a student who was especially focused on that assignment the time to go share their work. But it is extremely important to always let students share their work because it gives that purpose to the assignments. Why am I writing something? Why am I making this book? So ideally, in my future classroom, I will be displaying work in multiple ways. One way that I was not able to show is also I would love to have a parent and family website where they could log on and see what my classroom is doing, and the students' families could see their own students' works displayed throughout the day. Snap a picture and it uploads to the website, and then parents can check in, and then instead of the usual, what'd you do in school today? Nothing. The parent already sees some of the things that they did in school today and saw the displayed work on that website, which is just another way to get that family and parents and guardians support connected to their academics, which is always a struggle sometimes. Thank you.